Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Black04589 here. We're back again, finally, after a long time of just doing stuff. The last video I posted recently was a Fortnite vid, if I'm correct. Let me just make sure on my app and everything. I mean, I'm sure I did. If anyone knows, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that was the last video I did. And I am fucking up here on my phone. And yes, it was. My last video was a Fortnite video. So that was posted about 2 weeks ago, roughly. It was me and one of my friends, one of my colleagues, and all that. Is what I like to say. Which was Young Louis. I know you guys see me play with Awesome 370 and everything a lot on stream or anything from the last times. But anyways, back to the main whole thing. We are back today, guys, because I'm here to do another vlog, pretty much. You guys saw my Ultraman Fighting Evolution 3 vlog from the last time, so this time around, I got some requests, I guess you could say, and also I kind of wanted to do it because it's another underrated Ultraman game. So yeah, basically after saying that, we're doing another Ultraman vlog, but this time the game is not an Ultraman fighting game per se, but it is an Ultraman game. I don't have a physical copy of it because the game never came out for a console because the game is an arcade version. So I have played the arcade game, but I've never. I don't have a physical copy, pretty much. Because unless I can find the arcade cabinet for it, then maybe. But anyways, well, I shouldn't say the game didn't come out for a console because the game did come out for consoles, but it wasn't the arcade version. If you guys understand what I'm saying. Also, by the way, if you're looking at everything, yeah, my bad. This is my room, my whole setup. I have a gaming chair finally. The Switch is up there, the TV. And if you're wondering why I'm like this and not right there, it's because my monitor is right here in front, and then I do this now. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Um, but yeah, the Ultraman fighting game that I'm going to talk about today is called Ultraman Club. That's the exact, well, not the exact name, but that's literally what it translates to in English. So it did come out for consoles. It came out for the Super Nintendo, or the Japanese version of the console, the Super Famicom. And it also came out for Game Boy. And I think it might have come out for another console as well. I could be wrong, but I have to double check on it. But anyways, guys, yeah, so the name of this game is Ultraman Club, pretty much. The reason I'm here to talk about it today, this time, is because the last time I can remember actually playing the game was one time when I was with Awesome 370 and we had gone to this place here in California called X Lanes, which is by Little Tokyo. So if you guys here in California and you know X Lanes and you know the Little Tokyo area, yeah, so that's where it's at. I remember playing an arcade cabinet there that had about, I don't know, I want to say at least maybe 700 to 1,000 arcade games, right? Like all in one little arcade cabinet, because people can do that now with their technology and everything. So I had a chance to play that game, and when me and Awesome first found out about it, we didn't know what it was. We just saw Ultraman and we said, oh, well, that's odd, so we decided to play it. And behold and reveal that we played the game, and we end up finding out that it was one of our favorite arcade games we've ever played. I mean, because Little Tokyo, this arcade cabinet had a whole bunch of arcade games. The only thing was they were all pretty much in Japanese, because since it's Little Tokyo, they want you to get into their culture. So all the games were literally in Japanese. So they had like Marvel vs. Capcom, but I mean, if you play the Japanese version, you can still kind of understand that it's in English, just like when the characters talk, they're in Japanese, or the subtitles are in Japanese, pretty much. So that's pretty much what it was for every game. So Metal Slug was like that, and they had other games in there that I've never seen before of arcades, from arcades only that they're in Japan. So when we saw Ultraman Club, we got excited. We're like, oh, it's Ultraman. We both like the show. We both like the games. We like the whole anime about it, So we said, okay, we played it, and again, it was one of our favorite games. So the whole point of this game is it's not a fighting game, but at the same time it kind of is, if that makes sense. The way I could really say it is it's a type of beat 'em up game, but it has that 8-bit style like the Mario Brothers in a way. I want to say like if you play the Super Mario Brothers 8-bit, like the original Super Mario Brothers that was on Nintendo and it was in the arcade as well, and it's all 8-bit style. It's kind of like that, but you got to think of it as a different way. Like how can I really say? There we go. That's a good way how to describe it. It's kind of like Bomberman if you really want to like go there. It kind of has that type of feel because it's like a bird eye view, like a top view is what it is, and you just go and you're like in a big square area, and it's pretty, and it's kind of like that. The only difference is you're playing as Ultraman. You get to select from I think about 8, I believe, or 10 if I'm wrong. I don't know. I have to. I mean, we're gonna get into that right now into with the gameplay and everything, but the game is like really. Excuse me for yawning, but anyways, the game is really fun though. I enjoyed it, and so did Austin 370. He was gonna join me for this review, but he has stuff to do and everything. But for sure, me and him will do a review soon on another game. You guys just gotta let me know in the comments below, or whatever game you guys want me to do. Any reviews, I'll take any. But for this Ultraman game specifically, uh, you know, we just had so much fun playing it. Like we were just whatever. So, but like I said again, it is like Bomberman in a way, but at the same time, it's like it's not, because it's a fighting game in the sense that you do fight against other like aliens and monsters, but it's Bomberman in the sense that it's 8-bit style and it has that thing. But I guess the way it works is literally the game is pretty easy to focus on, like what you gotta do. Like you wouldn't know your objective because unless you know Japanese, of course you can understand the storyline. But since we were in Japanese, for us, we didn't understand. All we pretty much knew was we had to get what we had to get, kill the aliens, and pretty much get to the end. That was what we knew. But the whole point of the game for us was, that it was Ultraman. It was pretty much the same thing. But from what I can get from it, just from understanding the storyline, is that pretty much, the father of Ultra. So in other words, the father of Ultraman Taro, if I'm correct. This is why I need Awesome 370 here, because he knows more about the storyline than me. But I'm trying my best, guys. But yeah. So the whole point is the Ultra father, pretty much has sent the Ultramans to go, save the world. There's 8 worlds pretty much, so it is kind of like Mario Brothers in that sense, but not really. There's 8 worlds you gotta go through, and in those 8 worlds you have to battle it out. So you start off and it gets easy and it gets harder as you keep going. So you it's pretty easy, the buttons and all that. All the button layout is very simple. It's on arcade, so you gotta think of a joystick and everything. It's literally you move with the arcade stick. I mean, not with the arcade stick, with the joystick. I've been playing too much Dragon Ball Fighters. But yeah, you move with the joystick, and then your buttons that you have is just, there's a shoot button, because that'll be their powers for the Ultraman, because they always do that pose. So, they shoot like that. And then I think the other button is their special button. That's all it is. It's just a shoot button and a special button, because as you're running, there's little items that will fall when you kill certain monsters. So you have 2 bars. You have your health bar, which is full of hearts, and then you have a bar that has a letter P on it, and it's all in blue with little squares, and that's your power bar pretty much. So as you get these coins that have the letter P on it, they're your power coins, and when you fill it up, I mean, you don't necessarily have to fill it up to use it, but when you get it to a certain point, you could start using the power moves, and the power moves will allow you, like, certain Ultramen to use power. So they'll all shoot a laser beam pretty much, but as you do that, it depends what happened. Like, the original Ultraman will shoot his saw, Ultra 7 will shoot his his Ultra Razor from his head. I forgot the name. Yeah. Awesome's gonna be mad at me after this review. But anyways, that's what it pretty much is. And the other Ultramans will do something similar, you get me? So that's pretty much how it is. And in each world, you gotta go through it all, and you gotta fight and everything with it. And you gotta just keep going until you get to the end. To stop every boss, because there is bosses in this game, and it goes like this. So when you start off, every time you get to a certain world, It'll keep going until you get to stage. It'll be like pretty much like Mario Brothers, where it's stage one, one, and then stage one, two. Like exactly, you get me? Like world one, stage two, pretty much. That's how it is. So you'll start in the first world, and then in every world, once you get to stage six of it, that's when you fight a boss. So, for instance, the first boss, if I remember correctly, is an evil Ultraman. The second one is King Joe, which is my favorite monster from the Ultramans. Then the third one is, what was the third? The third one is like another alien, and then after that, I really can't remember it because, to be honest, guys, when me and Awesome 370 played the game, uh, we didn't really get enough time with it because since it's an arcade, it does take up money, and it was our first time playing it, and we weren't really good at it. Like we had to get used to it. Like we survived up until like World Three, I want to say. Like once we got to that boss, we ended up dying, but it does take up a lot of quarters, and that's how arcade games always work. I do not know who is the creator of the game. I believe it's either Namco who made the arcade game, or if I'm not mistaken, it could be by SNK. I don't think Capcom made the game, but if they did, that would be cool. I just have to check on that. But anyways, yeah. So me and Awesome did not get to the end of this game, so we did not know anything about it. We didn't know how to get there. We could have kept going, but of course we didn't want to use our coins so much, all our money and everything towards the game. So we just said screw it, and wherever we died is where we died at. We've been trying to look for a physical copy of the game, but every time we find something, it's always the console games, and the console version of it is not the same as the arcade version because the console version is more of a single player adventure. So that one's more like, it's kind of more of a Mega Man style game, but with Ultraman, and it still has that 8-bit feature. So that's pretty much what it was on console, which is still fun. It still sounds fun, and it's still crazy to me how that works. But we liked the arcade version because it's the only one that was really multiplayer, and it was this style game that was the only one that's really comes close to the arcade version is the Game Boy version, but that one's only one player. And it's not really in color. It's because it's for the original Game Boy, so it's all like black and white style. But I mean, hey, I guess it was the only way you could play on the go, right? But I mean, this arcade game was fun and it was really enjoyable. And we've been trying to look for a physical copy of it or an emulation of somehow to play it. I mean, I am gonna show you guys gameplay because I did get some gameplay, off some people's emulators and everything. So I do have footage of it, but is it my physical footage? Not really. So but I am gonna show you guys gameplay of it. We could have recorded it when we were there. The problem is that X Lanes, they have a little bit of a situation when you record over there. So we didn't really record with with what I had. I could have recorded with my GoPro and recorded the monitor, but I didn't want him to say anything, and us get kicked out. But the game is, again, guys, I've been saying it for the longest, but it is fun. Like honestly, it is a fun arcade game. I've never experienced an arcade game like that and all that. But it was fun because it is multiplayer and all that, so you and a friend can have fun. It's very time consuming and it will take your quarters. Like you have to be really, really good at this game. And I mean, it comes with most arcade games. Metal Slug is one of those games that takes up your quarters. Marvel vs. Capcom, of course. There's a whole bunch of arcade games. Marvel vs. Capcom, Metal Slug. What else? Tekken, Street Fighter. There's a whole bunch. But this game's not really like that. It's more of an adventure, beat 'em up type of game. But it is fun in that sense that you can have fun with a friend and you get into it, and it's not hard. It's an easy game to get used to. It's literally just two buttons and you move. That's about it. And there is items you pick up. There's the power coin that I was mentioning. There's more hearts so you can fill up your health bar again if you get hurt. And you do get 3 lives. Let me mention that your health bar is like around 5 to 6 hearts. And every time you get hurt, half a heart goes away. So you do survive a long time. It's just the enemy. There will be a swarm of enemies all the time. And the power coins, you can fill it up all the way, and then there's items you can pick up where you can get like extra power, no damage, or even an item where little ships from the show will come out and help you out, like little like the police people from Ultra 7 pretty much. Like they'll come out, the space patrol will come out and like help you guys out. And they'll just fly in and attack the enemies for you. So I mean the game is fun in that sense, and I enjoyed it. Austin 370 definitely enjoyed that game. Like that's his favorite arcade game so far, hands down. You know, he loved it. And we've been trying to look for a physical copy of the game. It's hard to find one because it's only an arcade cabinet. If I could find an arcade cabinet of it, I definitely will invest my money into that, you know, because I've been wanting an arcade cabinet for a long time. I've seen the arcade 1-ups, and I was debating about getting the Street Fighter one, but I guess for me, I'm in that sense where if I'm going to get an arcade cabinet, I want that certain arcade cabinet. So, like, literally this would be one, or if not, Marvel vs. Capcom, which I think that's mostly a lot of people's, but you get the point. So, in other words, guys, this arcade game is really fun. If you guys ever get a chance to find it, I pretty much suggest you guys do, and you guys play it for as long as you can. Where we found it out again was we found it at in an arcade cabinet that had multiple arcade games at X Lanes, which is here in California in Little Tokyo. If you guys ever find another X Lanes somewhere else and they have it, let me know in the comments below, or you know, message me and tell me where it's at, because me and Austin 370 will definitely go over there to go play it again. And if you guys ever, you know, see, or if you guys just go to Japan and you guys find a physical arcade cabinet of it, you know, then that's cool too. Because that's the only other place I can think that they really have it is in Japan. Because this game is Japanese only. So we were lucky to even find out about it and play it here in the U.S. The only other way I can really see it is if you go to Japan and, you know, you play it over there and they have the arcade cabinet. It is an old arcade game. I think the game came out in 1992, if I'm correct. If not 93. So, you know. It is a 90s arcade style game. But it is fun. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it so far. It's fun. Time consuming again. All this stuff. But anyways, guys. That's it for me talking right now. Physically. Now let's take a look at the gameplay so you guys can get what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so like I was saying, here's the gameplay of it. This is the arcade version of Ultraman Club. As you can see, everything in there is Japanese, and like I was mentioning, like everything. So you can see all Ultraman. So yeah, when we played it, it was just in English for us because we had a translated cabinet, but this is how the actual game is. So like I was mentioning, guys, you get to select from a whole bunch of different Ultraman, from the original Ultraman to 7 to Ultraman Jack and all that. As you can see right now, there's the roster screen. But yeah, guys, then there's power coins and hearts for your meter that's going to show you. And the hearts is pretty much your health, and then the meter is, the power meters are these little coins you're going to see that have a P. They're a little bit blue, and that's how you pick up for your special moves and everything. There's the Father of Ultra who tells us to go on our missions everywhere. I know it's in Japanese, but that's pretty much the stages. So like I said, it is like Mario Brothers where it says stage 1, row 1. So as you can see there's the bars, and you know, this is regular Ultraman, so his highest power is just a little ray, like every other Ultraman, they all have one. And then when it comes to Ultraman, sorry for the lag again, I couldn't get a good video of it, but like I said, I don't have my physical copy. But like I was saying, for Ultraman, his special move with the power bar is each one has their own, and Ultraman has the saw, and the saw is a little wheel that he's gonna throw right here. And if you don't remember what the saw looks like, well, let's see how Alien Baltan receives it real bad. Alright, so yeah guys, you just saw Alien Baltan got killed with the Buzzsaw, which is Ultraman's special move. So, I feel bad for him, so you can see how powerful the power moves are now. In a sense. But yeah guys, so you pretty much take on monsters, and yes, if you're asking, Alien Baltan was one of the monsters at the first stage, and it comes out later. So this is World 2, pretty much stage 2 of the World 2. Here's stage 3 guys. I mean, not stage 3, World 3, and I don't know what stage it is. So yeah, pretty much like I said, guys. I skipped a few parts so you can see how it is. You take on bosses like I was saying and talking. So there's King Joe, which is my favorite monster that you take on. Sorry about the lag, guys. There's Zeton, which is another one of my favorite monsters, and also 370. So again, sorry for the lag, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just I don't have a physical copy, so when I was recording this, it kind of got a lot of lag. So there's gonna be a lot of lag in this video, but I mean, hopefully you can still get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, the bosses are tough, and they drop a whole bunch of items. So there's like different items as you can see there. There's either just items that give you points, so you can get a high score. Items for your power, which are the power coins, which are those blue coins with the letter P on it. There's missiles, which call in an airstrike. And there's this is another stage, guys, that me and my friend Awesome 370 did not get to. This is a world where I guess you just fight a whole bunch of Dadas, and he's a funny looking monster. He looks like a monkey to me, but I thought this was real cool. The stage does look weird, so if you have any weird flashes by looking at this stage, please do not. Please skip ahead. But yeah, we didn't get this far. I mean, neither with the Zeton one. This is pretty much World 5 Stage 2 already. With the Zeton one, that was World 4. So as I was looking at this gameplay, I didn't even know half of these stages because me and Awesome 370 did not get there. The stage that we got to was World 3, and we got to the boss of World 3. And we died. We died pretty much there because there's a whole bunch of holes and everything. And if you're wondering what that stage looks like, well, I got gameplay of that, so you're about to see right now. As you can see right here, this is the boss of World 3, and look at all those holes. Like, you have to keep dodging all his attacks, and you gotta be careful for the holes, because if not, you can fall and die. So it's pretty tough. Like, you know, a lot of people say that this game is like, it's fun and all that, but it is an arcade game, so you know, it is meant to try to take your quarter. So, you know, there will be a lot of deaths and everything in this arcade game, but it is fun. But yeah, you just have to strategize and everything. Like for King Joe, me and Awesome found out that all you gotta really do is stay at a corner, and you'll be fine when he tries to attack or whatever. Like, 'cause he'll split like in the show. But yeah, so that's part of it. See, World 4, that's where Zeton's from and all that. And then if you're wondering what this guy from the boss from Stage 1, from World 1 looks like, it's just an evil Ultraman, which is, you can see right there. It's just a giant Ultraman that you're supposed to fight. I don't know if it's an evil one per se, I guess it is because it's an arcade game. But at the same time, you're just supposed to try to take it on and fight it. And again, guys, I'm so sorry for the lag and everything, but it's pretty not that hard. The first boss is like the easiest of the game. Because, you know, it is the first boss, and you're just supposed to try to take them on. Stuff gets harder as you go, and that's how it looks when you do a mission complete. And as you can see now, the beginning was one player, and then now this is the multiplayer I'm showing you pretty much that to make sure that I'm telling you it is 2 players. So you can start off with like 6 parts, but I think through getting power-ups, I think you can raise your bar up and get more health bar, more hearts, and raise up your health bar. I'm not too sure because I haven't really gotten up there, but I mean, it's your standard arcade game pretty much. As you can see there, you get points at the top. It shows you who's in the lead, who has the higher score. You do put your initials if you die or once you beat the game. And it's just a beat 'em up adventure type of Mario style game. With worlds and stages, World 2, Stage 3, World 1, Stage 2, but I've noticed each world it goes up to 6, pretty much. It goes up to 6 stages, and you get to 6 stages when you face the boss. And there's 8 worlds, so it is kind of like that sense in Mario Brothers, as there is 8 worlds. And there's just different bosses you fight. So this is pretty much World 3, and as you can see, this world is kind of weird, but it looks like a pool almost. I guess that's where you're fighting bosses. How the hell they came up with that idea, I don't know. This is a Japan game, only Japan will know, only the creators of this game will know why they added a pool, but hey, I mean, it's a cute little game, it's fun. I mean, it's fun in that sense that, hey, you know, screw it, you can have some fun with your friends and everything, and like I said, me and Awesome 370 really enjoyed the game, guys. Like, it's really fun. If you ever find an arcade cabinet here in the US or anywhere, I'd say try it. Just get ready for a whole bunch of rage and everything. So yeah, that was one of the things. Again, here's World 2, Stage 6, the boss is King Joe, like I was mentioning. The first part was 1 player and 2 players. And then I found out, I guess when there's a moon level and you get to one of our favorite characters, or I should say one of Awesome 370's favorite villain characters, which is Ace Killer, which is right there. As you can see, I'm sorry for the lag again. Like I said, guys, there is a whole bunch of lag for this video. I didn't really get it because I don't have my own physical copy. Because I don't have an arcade cabinet of the game, and I don't, and you know, and I don't even have the console. But yeah, that is Ace Killer. He is the boss of the Moon World, which is ironic because when I show you the picture of how it looks on the console, it's really funny. But yeah, he is the second to last boss, and then the final boss is pretty much at World 8. And the final boss of the game, I was actually surprised about it, because the final boss of the game is this guy, as you're gonna see right now. A big old squid octopus type of character. I have no idea who it is. I have a feeling I might know who it is, but I don't know how to pronounce the monster's name. It kind of reminds me of the monster from Final Evolution 3, if you remember watching my review. But yeah, this is the final boss in the game, and he just throws a hell of attacks on you. A whole bunch of energy balls, a whole bunch of, so you really gotta strategize in here, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of death. Cause like again, guys, you do get 3 lives with your first start. So you have your hearts, so you have like about 6 hearts. I don't know why I said 8 or 10, but yeah, you get 6 hearts. And once you lose those 6 hearts, you still have 2 more lives after that. So you still get lives, but just get ready for a whole bunch of attacks, because I mean, it's gonna be easy at the beginning, and then once you get to the bosses, they just like to throw shit at you, and it gets crazy, guys. So I mean, just be on the lookout for that, because like, I mean, that's what you're gonna do. But yeah, after you beat that boss, that's pretty much the end of the game. That's where you just start putting in your initials and everything, and the game's pretty much over. And then from there, you have fun and everything. And there's the Father Ultra, and it's just crazy. So then after the credits, it shows you characters, and there's Alien Baltown, guys. So I mean, can we get a moment? Because if you don't remember Alien Baltown, let me re-show you. Can we get a moment of silence for Alien Baltown, please? So yeah, guys, as you can see, that was Alien Baltown, and so this is just the credits rolling now. As you can see, it just shows you the monsters and the bosses from the stage. So there was the first stage, this is the second stage with all the monsters and the boss, which was King Joe, one of my favorite monsters. Stage 3 had these monsters, one hard monster. But anyways, guys, yeah, so that's pretty much the game. That's how the credits look, and I recorded the whole credits just so you guys could see the monsters and the bosses, so you guys can know what you're getting into. The game is really fun. It is one of my favorite arcade games so far, ever since I played it with Awesome 370. I really enjoy it. I don't have no idea what monster is at, but it looks weird as hell. But anyways, back to this, and yeah, so me and Awesome really enjoyed it. Like again, if you guys ever get a chance at at playing this game and fighting the monsters, you know, I suggest you guys try it. It's a really fun game. Hopefully you guys can find a cabinet, or if you ever go to Japan and you can find it over there, that'd be cool. But where we played it at was Little Tokyo, and if you're really interested in finding the console version of it, I mean, you could always go to the game store in Little Tokyo as well, right here in California, because they do have one, and they do have the Japanese consoles and the Japanese game for the console. So I mean, there's always that. But then again, this game is really fun. Then at the end, after it shows the monsters, it just starts showing the characters, and there's a whole bunch. The one thing that I found funny was there's a sprite of Ultraman King, of the Ultra King, and I didn't even know that, and he pops up right there. I thought that was really hilarious and really cool. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it. So if you guys are ready to see the roster, here's the roster right here. I can't really name all the Ultraman, but I mean, like again, from Ultra to 7. Here's a poster of the Ultraman console game. I think this one's the 3rd one. As you can see, there's a 3 right there. So that's Ultraman 3. So there's 3 of them on the console. This is a cabinet version, how it looks on the cabinet. That's the screen. Then here's Ultraman Club 2, which is on the console as well. And then if you're wondering how the Ultraman Club cartridge looks like, this is how it looks on the Famicom. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of Ultraman hung. Yeah, but continuing off of what I said, I meant hung as in, like, you know, they're on the crucifix. And I thought that was really crazy that they added that on the cartridge. But yeah, guys, so I mean, if you guys enjoyed this, go pick up a copy of your own, guys. I mean, if you guys can. If not, try to find it. And if not, you know, I keep telling you guys what to do or what to play if you guys are interested. But I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. And if not, you know, let me know what games to review next or what games to play, you know. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time for the reviews. Peace, guys.